Hi, besties. Welcome back to the Bestie Talk podcast. I'm your host, Kiannajit, and today we are going to be talking about how to heal your inner child. I recently, something about me, if you guys don't know, I love anything vintage or like just anything from back in the day. Like my husband owns a record store. I'm a huge lover of antiques, but I also love watching like at home old videos, specifically like obviously my at home videos. But when my grandma passed away, when we went through all of her stuff, all of her belongings, we found so many videos that she had. And I loved just watching them and being able to see the things that, obviously I don't remember because I was a child. And recently we just found two more tapes, and my husband and I were watching. It was my very first time in Disneyland. I was literally 11 months old, and I was just like watching it. And when you're spiritual and when you're on your healing journey, you look at things so much differently than when you weren't on a healing journey and when you weren't spiritual. You just watch and look at things in a totally different light. And so when I was watching this video, this hour-long thing of me and Disneyland at my very first time of Disneyland, I am also a huge Disney adult. Another fun fact of mine, I am a huge Disney adult. I was proposed to at Disney World. I love Disneyland. I'm originally from LA, so Disneyland has been in my blood. Like when my mom got inseminated with me, they literally went to Disneyland that day. Like Disneyland is in my blood, okay? So watching me at Disneyland for the very first time with my mom, with my biological dad, with my grandma, with people that like later on in life I was going to have these things with and have these traumas with, it just made me look at it from a completely different point of view. You guys, I was just watching me as a child and was like, wow, like, honey, you have no idea what your life is about to be like. You have no idea what traumas you're about to face, and you have no idea how much you're going to hate your fucking dad. Like, I was literally just like, wow, like, kind of like really going through some realizations. And it really made me realize how much we really need to work on our inner child and what our inner child is and why does it make a big difference, and what do we need, why is working on your inner child so freaking important. And working on your inner child is so important because it has a direct reflection of how you are going to be as an adult. Okay, I want you to do some reflection and how you are as an adult right here, right now. How do you act? How do you allow people to act towards you? How do you talk to people? How do you handle conflict? How do you handle change? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? How do you talk to yourself? All of that. Okay. I want you to look at all of that. And I want you to realize that is going to tell you how you are going to heal your inner child, which is your true version of yourself. Your inner child is your truest version, your rawest form of who you are as a person. It is the thing that made you who you are today, is your inner child. And how you're going to heal that is looking at how you are as an adult. Because us as an adult right now, we don't know all of the things that we experience as children. We have a lot of traumas that we've unfortunately put back on the back burner. We've hid from our mind. We don't really know existed. We don't really know happened. But for some reason, you always look for empathy in your life, but you don't realize that as a child, you lacked a lot of empathy. So it's impossible to figure out what happened to you as a child unless you know exactly every single thing that happened to you as a child, which most of you probably don't. Okay, this is how we're going to be able to figure out what we can heal for our inner child to make us better people today. Okay, what most people don't realize is what you had as a child, either good or bad. If you had a great childhood, everything was perfect, beautiful, happy rainbows, makes a reflection of who you are as an adult. Same thing as bad. Whatever happened in your childhood that was bad, that was traumatic, that was sad, is going to make who you are as an adult today. So whatever happened to you as a child is going to reflect how you are as an adult. And this can happen in two different ways, or it can affect you in two different ways. You can be type 1. You can be somebody that if you lacked whatever you lacked in your life as a child, you are overcompensating by giving it to people. because you didn't get it. So let's say that you lacked money and you lacked stability as a child. You are somebody that is going to always want to, I got the bill. I can buy this. If I buy this for somebody, they're going to love me. But always giving, 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 giving when it comes to money. If you're somebody who lacked empathy in your life as a child, you're going to be somebody that gives empathy to everyone. And you are going to feel empathetic for everyone around you, even if it's somebody you don't even know, even if it's for somebody that's your best friend, and you give it, give it, give it, give it, give it, give it to every single body else besides yourself. And then you almost give it too much to the point that it starts to actually hurt you, where you realize that as a child, maybe you weren't allowed to make mistakes, and every single time you made a mistake, you were scrutinized for it. So now that you are an adult, you allow everyone around you to make mistakes, sometimes mistakes that are so detrimental, so big in your life, but you okay it because you could never make a mistake as a child and it be okay. Okay, so now you're giving it too much. You're overcompensating. It's like you didn't get it at all as a child, but now you're overcompensating as an adult. Okay, so that's type 1. Type 2 is constantly searching for what you did not have as a child. So let's say you did not get unconditional love, but you are constantly searching for unconditional love as an adult, and you look for it in every single person you come across. If it's work, if it's friends, if it's a love interest, you are searching and you are craving this unconditional love, and it's because you did not receive it as a child. You didn't feel the love. You didn't get the love. So now you're searching for it every single place that you can possibly find it. And you are expecting people to give you that unconditional love that your parents didn't get you. But you have to understand that these people now in your life should not have the responsibility of giving you unconditional love because your parents didn't give it to you. The only person that should have that responsibility is you. And I'm going to teach you how. Okay. Okay. So now that we've identified which type of person you are, how your childhood trauma has affected you in your adult life, now we're going to heal it. Now we're going to work through it. And the good thing is, no matter what type you are, if you're type 1 or if you're type 2, the answer is the same. It's going to be the same. And it's you. You have always been the answer. You are what's going to help. You are what's going to heal this. You are what's going to make it better. Absolutely nobody else is going to be able to make your childhood trauma go away or help heal your inner child. Literally no other person on the planet that is going to help that besides you. Not even your parents, not even the people that didn't give you the thing that you needed, not even, the kids that you had, like you dealt with as a child. Those people aren't going to help you. You are going to be the only person that's going to help you. If you are the type 1, okay, if you're type 1, if you're not type 1 and you still listen, okay, you need to stop giving everybody else around you what you lacked as a child and start giving it to yourself. If you lacked empathy as a child, you need to be empathetic to yourself. If you lacked stability as a child, then you need to be stable within yourself. If you lacked unconditional love as a child, then you need to start giving it to yourself and stop giving all of these things that you want so bad, not only as a child, but as an adult as well, and start giving it to yourself. Stop wasting your time and stop wasting your energy on everybody else and giving it to everybody else, because you are actively, when you're giving it so much and you're hyper fixating on giving it to somebody, giving them the love, giving them the empathy, giving them all of that stability, all of that, you are trying to heal your inner child. Like that's what you're subconsciously trying to do. But you have to realize that the person that you're giving it to, their inner child trauma is not the same as yours. So it's not even helping them the way that you want it to help. It's not even going to make them better. It's not going to help them or heal them, because their trauma is not your trauma. And the only way to heal our own traumas is within ourselves. So they got to do their own thing and you got to do your thing. You need to start giving all of that to yourself. And once you realize that you are going to be giving it to yourself, that's when you really start to work on your inner child and your childhood trauma. And most of the time, most of you guys that are type 1, you're more than likely mad and you're more than likely angry because you didn't receive this that you needed so much as a child, and you maybe have anger when it comes to your parents or the people who were supposed to take care of you. And that's where holistic help and therapy help is going to come in handy, and it's going to help you release the anger and release that trauma. And then all that's going to be left is still the feeling of wanting whatever you did not receive as a child. And then that's how you give yourself that. Because after that, then the anger is gone. Then you can fully focus and put all of your energy, all the energy that you were giving to being angry and to being mad. Okay. You can now use that same energy and give it to yourself with the thing that you lacked as a child. Okay. Type 2. If you are somebody from type 2, I need you to realize that you're damaging yourself. Every single day that you continue to hunt for whatever you lacked as a child in other people, you damage yourself more and more and more, because you are never going to find what you are so desperately seeking in other people, what you're looking for, until you give it to yourself. You need to realize that nobody else is going to be able to give it to you. The only person that's going to be able to give it to you is you. Once you unlock that part in your brain, honey, oh my God, you're going to be unstoppable. You are going to be unstoppable because you're more than likely somebody who craves a deep love. You're somebody who craves unconditional love, somebody who craves people who understand you, acceptance, empathy, all of those things. And when you start to give it to yourself instead of finding it and trying to find it in other people, because more than likely you've never been able to find it. Okay, because you keep searching. You're searching every single place, every single person around you. You're looking for this thing in them. And you need to realize you're never going to find it because it's in you. Whatever you lacked as a child that you're looking for in other people isn't in them. It's in you. You need to give it to you. You need to find it in you. Like when you think about your body, right? Our body, no matter how much you take care of it or how much you don't take care of it, it breathes for you and it wakes up for you every single day. And if your body can do that, so can your mind. Your mind can love itself, can talk kindly to itself, can admire itself. And that's what you need to start doing. When you begin to do this, when you begin to live your life like this, by always giving yourself the unconditional love and stop searching for it in other people, you're going to realize that you will never need anybody ever again, because you're more than likely somebody who constantly feels like they need someone. They need this person. They need this romantic partner. They need this friend. They need this job. When you stop searching for unconditional love or whatever you lacked as a child in other people and in other things, and you look for it within yourself, you will realize that the only person that you need is you. To feel good about yourself, to love yourself, to be happy, to have hope, all of those things. That's how you're going to get on with life, because you're not going to need anybody else. You're only going to need you. And that is what's going to heal your inner child. That's what's going to heal this trauma. And you'll begin to embark on a whole new healing journey and a whole new thing that you've never been able to experience because you've been so focused on trying to hunt and find this thing that you lacked as a child in other people. Because now you have it in yourself. And now that you have it in yourself, you get to go live life untraumatized, bitch. Listen, inner child work is hard. It's hard as fuck. It's sad, it's long, and it's traumatic, to be honest. Because when you start to do inner child work, you realize how probably shitty your childhood was, and you realize the things that you lacked as a child. Because again, like I said earlier, we don't really know. We don't know because we weren't around as an adults to have like full-blown memory when we were kids, right? We were kids. We forgot about what all the things that happened to us, and we don't remember them, but they come up as an adult. And so when you start to like really dive deep into that and realize all the traumas that you probably experienced and how they come up as an adult, that's when it starts to get a little sad, because you realize you've made up this scenario in your head, or you've looked at your childhood a different way, and then you will look back and you're like, oh wait, that was actually traumatic. Like, I actually experienced something not really good during this time. Like, that's sad. Me looking at the Disney trip, right? It looks like a happy, great, perfect trip from the outside, but realizing all the things that I know now and healing my inner child, watching it now, realizing how sad and maybe depressing it was to go to Disneyland, right? It's going to be sad, it's going to be rough, it's going to hurt a little bit, but do not be those people that sit there and are like, don't bring up the past, stop harping on the past, you need to get over it. Those people who don't go back and try to heal from their past are the same people that are angry all the fucking time, that deal with frustration and are just literally mad at the fucking world and are never going to live in peace. Those are those people. So if you want to be those people and you don't want to like actually learn and get over things and be a better fucking person and a better human and maybe grow as a human being, then this ain't the podcast for you. But if you're my type of person and you want to actually grow and learn from it, you at the right place. Okay. Don't let those people who try to tell you, oh, like, let it go. Don't let them try to affect you and make you stop working on yourself or make you stop trying to work on your inner child. Because they're just going to be mad and miserable their whole fucking lives. And you don't want to be mad and miserable your whole life, right? We want to grow. We want to elevate. We want to get better. That's what we're here. That's why we're doing this, right? Don't let those people try to affect you or stop you. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope it helped you start to work on your inner child. We are going to do more of these in the future. Working on your inner child is a lot of steps. It's a lot of layers. So it's a lot of layers like an onion, honey. We just peeled back layer number 1. Identifying. Okay. I could have made this episode like hours long if I really, really wanted to and to focus in on inner child, but we're going to split them up. So make sure you keep tuning in to the next part of the Working on Your Inner Child series. Okay. We're going to make it like a series because this thing going to be long. We got a lot of trauma to unpack. Okay. I hope you guys have an amazing week and I will see you guys next time. Bye.